This one is such a Kardashian. Yeah, I said it. Hello, my fam. Perez Hilton here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, Anglophile, and royal watcher. Princess Catherine's brother-in-law is on the cover of the new issue of People, and he is blabbing to the magazine on the record. He's already spilled all of his and the family's secrets in his memoir, Spare, and he's not sparing them anymore. The Duke of Montecito has a lot to say, both himself and through his reps. The cover of the magazine reads, "My worst fears have been confirmed. Harry's fight for his future." The crux of the article is about Harry's recent time in a London courtroom where he is fighting against the Home Office to re-establish his royal protection when he and his family are back in the UK. As I've previously shared with you all, Harry believes that the decision to strip him and Meghan of their royal protection was an attempt to control them and a move to deter them from walking away from their roles as senior working royals. That didn't work, and now they are residents of California. But Harry says to People magazine that the decision to strip him of that protection revealed the lengths to which the palace was willing to go and became his final straw. He admits that this realization, quote, was difficult to swallow and has deepened an already raw rift between his father and him, and between him and his brother. However, both the palace and the Home Office confirm that the palace is not the one who decides who gets the royal protection. That is up to the Home Office. But Harry believes that Papa could pressure the Home Office into granting him royal protection, which he has offered to pay for. And I think if he pays for it, he should get it. He is the son of the king, and the Metropolitan Police of London has said in the past that there have been credible threats against him and his family. Harry recently had a victory in a British courtroom against Rupert Murdoch for spying on him. However, he tells People that this latest court battle, quote, has always mattered the most. People claims that they spoke to Harry outside of court in London, and it just so happens that the exact same quotes ended up in the Telegraph UK. That tells me that this interview with both publications was coordinated by Harry's team. It wasn't some random asking him questions, because no other outlets besides the Telegraph and People have these quotes as exclusives. Yes, People is saying that this is an exclusive chat. Exclusive American chat. Those two sentences were literally all that he told People. But the more interesting thing to me are all of the quotes from sources. Sources who definitely are connected to Prince Harry, because this interview was orchestrated by him and his team. So the following message points are what Prince Harry wants to get across. Harry is sadsies that his dad and his brother are giving him the cold shoulder. Can you blame them? And now using People magazine to do his dirty work or get this message out there is not going to help either, right? I don't think there is any reproachment, a source tells People. Nothing has changed. They are distant. I can feel the distance getting close. The last time that Meghan Markle's husband saw his papa was last February, when he was told by Charles before the world found out that he has cancer. That was just a 30-minute hi and bye, and not even private. Camilla, his former mistress turned wife, was present. Sources close to Harry, official, legit sources, tell people that his calls and letters continue to go unanswered. The estrangement is so profound that Harry learned of his father's March 27th hospitalization related to complications from treatment through the media. Friends of Princess Diana's son also point out that during each of Harry's last 3 visits to the UK, Charles has been unavailable, including this month, despite Harry's court date having long been scheduled and known ahead of the King's overlapping state visit to Italy. Harry also remains in the dark about his dad's current condition and prognosis. Those close to Harry, his publicist, tells people they believe the king is deliberately keeping his distance, in part to avoid being drawn into discussions about security. A royal expert explains, quote, the legal battle puts Harry in direct contact with the people who are carrying out the king's orders. If his father was to say something even seemingly innocuous, it could end up landing in the middle of the court case. So, that's your son, bruh. That's your son. But that's how the British monarchy works. The crown above family. Crown first, family second. However, a source close to Charles says that a distinction between personal life and official duties could be made, but, quote, things have been febrile for a while. What the Let me look up this word, febrile. My mind is too feeble to know what febrile means. Is it similar to feeble? Febrile. Febrile. Having or showing the symptoms of a fever? Let me read that again. Things have been feverish for a while, or hot, heated. Why not just say that? Jesus, things have been heated for a while. Is that a British expression that's pretty common? Febrile? The same febrile nature currently is true for Harry and William. A source tells the magazine that Harry has also sent calls and messages to William, and William has not responded. While Harry still hopes for reconciliation, trust remains a major hurdle. And yes, his tell-all memoir is a factor for Papa and brother. But Harry wants his children to connect with their UK roots and have a relationship with the extended family. But he has said that he will not take the children or his wife to the UK unless they have royal protection. Oh, look, another quote that he did give people, which also was in the Telegraph. Harry was shaken by some of the information that emerged during the proceedings last week. Harry tells People, quote, people, not the magazine, people would be shocked by what's being held back. Following the hearing, a source close to Harry's legal team said they were cautiously optimistic about the outcome. A ruling is expected in the coming weeks. He also tells the magazine that despite the outcome, he is driven by exposing injustice and a desire to get under the bonnet and fix what's broken. A source says he feels very strongly this is something he must fight for. Well, maybe instead of fighting, he should really focus on mending things with his family, and fighting might not be the way to do it. He needs to grovel. He needs to really... What do you think he needs to do? How could he make this better? Let's discuss in the comments section.